I've been about 10 or 12 of my colleagues and friends of mine have been talking to me about what is Mr. Galloway doing? Or they all use George, I don't, obviously. They all say, what is Mr. Galloway doing? Is he coming back? Because the Workers' Party, like other independent stroke, forget Corbyn for now, parties, every other independent in this country who wants to get this dirt out and clarify the blood and get people in Britain, for people of Britain, are wondering whether you're coming back to Britain. I, for one, know that you're a man of faith and family, which is inextricably linked, of course. And I know you do the right thing for your family and your faith in that regard. So just what you can say about what's your intention. You know, you can't be an emeritus leader of a party from a far distant land, wherever you may be, and everybody is not going to change their opinion on you if you do, because it's family and faith first. So enlighten a lot of people on this, if you don't mind, Mr. Galloway.
Well, the arrest of my wife and myself at gunpoint by anti-terrorist police and our detention under the Terrorism Act for a total of 9 hours in September was obviously a searing and utterly destructive experience. But if that had been the end of it, then we might have been able to get over it. Although I told the police on the day that their action in arresting my wife and keeping her for 5 hours at gunpoint under the Terrorism Act would almost certainly trigger her leaving the country. She was only in the country because of me, but she made the best fist of it. She gave birth to 3 talented British children. She gave her best in the community, from Kew in London through Birmingham, through Bradford, through Rochdale, and right up to Dumfries in Scotland. She gave her best. She threw herself into, as a soccer mom, as a community pillar. She did all of that because of our family. She never took British citizenship. She never would have taken British citizenship, never applied for British citizenship. So I feared then, that day, that she would refuse to live in a country that would hold her at gunpoint for absolutely no reason whatsoever and question her over her Palestinian fingernail. And if you think about it, why should she live in such a country? But it didn't end there. And they have refused completely to give us our life back. They have refused completely to destroy all the material that they stole from our telephone, from our computers, and so on. They have refused to give an assurance that the same thing would not happen to her, to me, again. So we have every reason to believe. If that were to change, the situation would change. But we have every reason to believe that this was all ordered by Shabana Mahmood, the then recently installed Home Secretary, a former student of mine, not my most distinguished of former students, but a former student of mine, determined as a brown-faced scout to demonstrate that she could be counted on by the people who might otherwise despise and revile her to do their dirty work, something that she's proved again this very day in relation to the Maccabi Tel Aviv affair. So I have every reason to believe that the show would be in danger, that my wife would be in danger, that I would be in danger. Don't forget, dear Terence, I'm the man that made the movie about the strange death of Dr. David Kelly. I know what happened to Dr. David Kelly, you see. And it would be complete dereliction of duty as a husband, as a father, to place my family in that kind of danger. So we have had to decamp to the east, where the sun is rising, literally in the next half hour or so, and we will stay here. As to the Workers' Party, I continue to lead the Workers' Party of Britain. I'm a British citizen with a residence and address in Britain, and many of our voters are well used to party leaders in exile, unable to ply their political trade in their own country, but doing so from afar and periodically returning in triumph and periodically being removed again. So as long as the Workers' Party of Britain wants me, I will continue to be its leader. I'll continue to be a candidate. I'm a candidate in the Scottish Parliament elections in May in Glasgow, albeit I'm second on the list to my party list leader, my sister Yvonne Ridley, the hero of the recent convoy, the recent flotilla that went to Gaza, and who ended up, again, not for the first time, in a dungeon, a hostile dungeon, formerly a captive of the Taliban, a captive of Israel, and then a captive of Israel again. Yvonne Ridley is an outstanding figure, and she's our number one. If you want me in the Scottish Parliament, you'll have to vote for us in considerable numbers, because I'm only second on the list, but we'll see what happens there. If a by-election were to arise in Parliament where the Workers' Party was strong, I would be a candidate if the party wanted me. And if you wanted to secure my return to the United Kingdom, you'd have to elect me to Parliament first. So I'll continue. It's an unusual situation, but these are unusual times, Terence. These are unprecedented times. Imagine a 7-term member of Parliament, the leader of a British political party, one of known political figures in the country, and for a very long time, held at gunpoint by the anti-terrorist police and accused, effectively, of hostile acts against the United Kingdom. Hostile acts meaning what they call disinformation. What they call disinformation is in fact information, which contradicts their disinformation, industrialized disinformation. I will not remain silent to their industrialized lying. And if I've got to go to Timbuktu to broadcast my denunciations of it, that I will do.